One of the biggest questions that my students have is, how do I learn to play faster? Finger speed and accuracy is something that requires a certain understanding of technique, and there are different approaches to getting there. In today's video, I'm going to show you a few exercises that can be helpful in achieving faster moving fingers. Hi, I'm Aryadna, and this is Mindful Strings, where I help you learn the violin on your own time and love your every practice. On this channel, I'm sharing what I wish I'd known when I first started. And if you're interested in going deeper, please check out my free 15-minute Get Better at Violin guide that's linked down in the description box. If you're ready to shave years of your learning journey, let's get started. So when it comes to playing fast, one of the most important things is to make sure that you're not squeezing the neck of the violin. It's a very common beginner issue to put way too much effort into holding the neck. Part of the reason is because pressing down the strings all the way to the fingerboard to make a clean sound kind of engages your thumb on the other side of the neck to also give you counter pressure. So one of the things that you have to learn in the beginning is how to press down the string while maintaining the thumb's lightness as kind of a support, but not the main event. One of the ways to work on this is to place your hand in such a way that you are creating a tiny bit of a ledge for the violin neck right here at the base of the index finger. You do this by pulling the index finger just a little bit back towards the bottom of the fingerboard. And so when the finger is pressing down, it's kind of the counter pressure is now coming both from here and a little bit from the support of the thumb, but you don't actually have to trigger the grasping response in your hand. The other important element is being able to quickly take fingers off. For the best articulation and speed, your fingers need to be able to jump off the string and then land like little hammers. So without even playing and without actually pressing the string very hard, I would recommend practicing this, making sure once again the wrist is straight and just placing all four fingers on the A string. It doesn't have to be precise in the very beginning, and just practicing pulling the finger back from the very first knuckle. The first finger typically is a little bit more awkward because of its proximity to the fingerboard. So when the fingers come off, it's almost like the string is hot and the fingertip has to quickly come off the string, and then the finger relaxes. And then to put the fingers down, you first pull them back and drop, 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 like little hammers or slingshots. The way I also think about it is that if you're throwing a ball, you're going to first swing your arm back to gain momentum, and then you're going to throw the ball by propelling it through space, moving your arm forward through space. So it's kind of the same thing here. You pull the finger back and then you drop it. Instead of trying to press it down just from the position of being right above the string, typically that once again causes more tension and will slow you down. So once you've got this concept of removing the fingers actively from the very bottom knuckle and then placing them with a bit of a drop, if you add the bow, you can play just this 5-note scale. And at first you could start actually even playing way slower than that. You can do 1 note per bow, then 2 notes, then 4. This is the first exercise from the Shradik book, which is all about articulation and speed. Right now we're doing it on the A string. You can of course do this on all the strings. So the first page of the Shradik book is very useful because it kind of addresses different combinations, different patterns in the left hand. these exercises are actually also very good for intonation as well. Now, if you have never played anything on violin at all before, I wouldn't start right there, but if you've been playing for a little while and you feel like you are ready and you know where to place your 4 fingers in a major key in first position, you can play around with this. What ends up happening is that the bow moves at the same speed, but then the speed of the left hand keeps doubling. So when you, let's say if you're going from 4 per bow, the next is 8 and then 16. And then if you want, I suppose you can go to 32. I wasn't actually paying attention there how many notes per bow I was doing, but the idea is that, you want to try to keep the bow moving as steadily as you can, and then let the fingers go really lightly on the string. There's really no time to squeeze here, and so using the drop and pop off method will give you a bigger sound and more clarity. I will say that one of the most crucial things at the root of being able to do this is a comfortable shoulder rest, chin rest setup. Because if you are in a place where you are raising your shoulder to hold the violin up or clamping down with your head and neck, it's going to be very hard for you to have full, free use of your fingers. So please make sure that your setup is such that you can have neutral posture, so even shoulders, neck part of the spine aligned vertically. Violin comes to the collarbone. You drop the head just from the very top of the spine. Think about the space behind your eyes so that the head goes down to hold the violin with its weight, but without actually clenching with the neck. There's a big difference there if you're reaching forward and dropping your neck versus just kind of leaning the weight of the head, and then making sure that your shoulder is not lifting up. As long as your posture is set up properly and you go slow at first and really work out, not squeezing the violin neck, and have really active moving fingers, you're in good hands. I will be talking about this subject more. If you have specific questions, please let me know down in the comments below. I hope this was helpful. Happy mindful practicing, and I'll see you next time.